Companions in video games come in all shapes, sizes, and sorts. But perhaps some of the most beloved companions are those that remind us of our real-life companions. We're talking dogs, puppers, good boys, doggos galore. Who doesn't love a lovely and loyal pup? Well, we sure do, and that's why today we are counting down a handful of our favorite dog friends in video games, with our list titled pretty much exactly that, the top 10 best dogs in video games. Note that not all of these puppers are companions. Some are NPCs and some even antagonize you. But regardless, we love them all. So with that in mind, let's get to it. And at number 10, Duck Hunt Dog. Starting off our list with likely the most iconic dog in all of video game history, it's the Duck Hunt Dog. Duck Hunt Dog is that cheeky little bugger who pops up and has a grand old giggle at your expense in Duck Hunt when you fail. Because of this, he's arguably one of the most hated characters in video games too, or at least seen as one of the most annoying. Whether you feel all of the nostalgic feels or find yourself irritated at his pettiness, Duck Hunt Dog is without a doubt one of the most memorable pups in video games to many a gamer. Up next, number 9. Rush. Rush is the loyal companion of Mega Man in Mega Man 3, a bionic robot dog that is capable of more than just being Mega Man's best friend. See what I did there? Rush has many an ability. He can transform into a coil, a hoverboard, a damn submarine, meaning he's definitely a pooch you want to take with you on all of your quests. He also matches your suit in the game, so like squad goals obviously. And at number 8, Odd Sock. This odd little sock is your pooch equivalent in Little Big Planet 3. As described by the game, he's not quite a dog, he's more, well, he's just an odd sock. Oh shucks, how adorable. He can jump and wall slide, moving at a quick pace, which for some made for more fluid gameplay. Now according to the developers, their aim with Odd Sock wasn't to create a different version of Sackboy but on 4 legs. They wanted him to be his own unique character. And once upon a time, Odd Sock actually saved the planet many years ago on his own, retreating to the great swamp of Manglewood. But once a hero, always a hero, and this little sock dog really ups the ante in the game. And at number 7, DDog. DDog is the pupper that you get to hang out with in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. As a buddy that you can find and deploy for you some missions, DDog is cool as hell. I mean, for starters, he's missing an eye. I mean, there is that old cliche that dogs look like their owners. Yeah. Anywho, this tough pup lost his right eye and was thought to be an orphan when Snake found him in 1984, with DDog going on to be trained by Ocelot to become the ultimate companion. He's generally seen as one of the most flexible companions that Snake can have in the game, marking enemies, locating wild animals, medicinal plants, landmines, you name it. Now speaking of dogs that look super badass, and at our next number, Sif the Great Grey Wolf. Okay, sure, Sif is technically a wolf and not a dog, but hey, distant canine relatives, right? Anywho, Sif is from Dark Souls and is the companion of Sir Artorias, the Abyss Walker. He's also huge as hell and walks around with a massive sword in his toothy jaw. Now Sif is a bit of a tragic character. When his master was swallowed up by the Abyss, he threw his great shield up to protect Sif. Sif now guards his master's grave and his ring as a means to make sure that the same thing doesn't happen to anyone else. Sadly, Sif is a boss that you must defeat, although there was once a rumor that you could spare him and he'd limp away, which sadly turned out to not be true. And at 5, Growlithe. Is Growlithe technically a dog? I mean, Growlithe are dog-like Pokemon, a fire-breathing pooch who evolves into Arcanine, one of the deadliest fire Pokemon in the first generation of these pocket monsters. Now these days, you can even choose to walk around with Growlithe following you in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, a feature that was added in previous Pokemon games but looks oh so sharp and cool on their most recent Switch titles. Who doesn't want to be followed around by a loyal fire-breathing pet? Oh, as long as it's a trained fire-breathing pet, I suppose. And at number 4, KK Slider. KK Slider is by far one of the coolest pooches on this list. From Animal Crossing, this doggo has made appearances in all of the Animal Crossing games to date, with one sole purpose: to play guitar. He performs music for you and is cool as hell while doing it. What's not to love? KK Slider is the epitome of why Animal Crossing is so darn beloved. It's a series that is charming as hell, just like you'd expect an anthropomorphic guitar-slinging dog to be. And at number 3, Chop. Chop! How can you not love Chop? Not only does he attack your enemies and rides around in cars with you, he plays fetch, he's got attitude, and you can even play him in certain missions, which is a whole lot of fun in classic Grand Theft Auto fashion. Chop was one of the multitude of features that was introduced in GTA 5 that made fans adore the gameplay, and added a fun new dynamic that kept the game exciting and humorous. Plus, once Franklin gets his sweet new digs, Chop's doghouse follows and can be found in his massive backyard close to the pool. You can even pick up his poop. Talk about really forming a bond with your digital pup. In addition to that, if you use the GTA 5 app on your smartphone in real life, he's basically a virtual pet that you get to look after, so that's pretty darn sweet. Moving on to number 2, Boomer. Boomer is one of the animal companions that you can acquire in Far Cry 5, and he's arguably one of the best. Full of personality and life, he's a blast to have at your side and marks your enemies, which is super helpful when you're trying to be stealthy and win over an outpost. While he can't ride with you in vehicles like his successor pup in Far Cry New Dawn can, I mean, I hit Boomer way too many times by accident when driving around in Far Cry 5, Boomer was still one of the best parts of the game, and personally running around through forests with him and petting him in between slaughtering Peggies was way more fun than hanging out with any human companion. Just saying. And finally, in at number 1, Dogmeat. Oh, Dogmeat. Dogmeat is your pooch companion from the Fallout series. A reoccurring character from the first Fallout and the third and the fourth, when you first encounter Dogmeat, you suddenly don't really feel so alone in the wasteland. He keeps you company, he helps you fight off foes, and you can pet him and give him instructions, and he's just so darn wonderful. Sorry, gushing over. Plus, in Fallout 3, if Dogmeat dies while accompanying you, you can actually find his, or her, puppy, which can then be recruited. Aww. Alright, there we have it, friends. What other doggos should we have included on our list? Should we do a part 2? Part 2 puppers? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know your thoughts. And hey, while you're at it, why don't you just give me a billion other nicknames that I can, use for dogs and sound like a total idiot. Doggos, puppers. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and be sure to check out the playlist that's currently flashing on your screen for more video game themed lists. In the meantime though, thanks for watching, friends. I'll catch you all in the next video.